Okay. Hello. Is is this thing on? I hope it is. Sorry, I caught a pretty bad case of phlegm there. I'm alright. The stream is very early. What do you mean? It's 45 minutes late. The first thing you hear, I mean, you know, nothing like a good first impression, am I right? But yes, hello. It's a stream that's not a breakdown. Isn't that exciting? It means I'm actually doing something. Except there is a caveat. There is a stipulation to that sentence. Me saying I'm doing something. I don't know what. I have zero clue. All the projects that I have are either shit loops or dead ends. And I don't really have any like ideas. You know, whenever on a stream day, I know that I'm gonna make something on stream, and so I try not to spend too much energy off stream making stuff. But like, you know, I still make stuff off stream. Uh, and so I skimmed like through the projects that I have, and they're all just like dead ends or shit loops, and so I don't really have anything to work on. I sincerely apologize for my recent actions and or vocalization of my theory that the previous stream's large range of colors varying across the spectrum. What? It's fine. I'd be on my poetry shit. If you want to call it that, sure. Wait, did I put the shit on live chat? I did. Okay, just making sure. But yeah, so like, I just have a bunch of random fucking projects. Like, here's one. Here's a random fucking project that is gonna go nowhere because I don't make this kind of shit. Only like when I'm joking and I'm like, am I able to make this kind of shit? Do I try? I do these things where it's like a proof of concept sort of thing. Sometimes they turn into songs. Most times they are just loops. Like, this isn't gonna turn into anything. Like, I might do a part that sounds like this in a Daria song in the future, but like, I just wanted to see if I can make a beat that sounded like this. I'm pretty sure I posted this somewhere in the Discord. And it just loops. But yeah, like, I wanted to see if I could make something like that. This was made off the back of like a project that I did make on stream. Like something I just threw together with no intent of like adding to it, like, seriously. Your joke songs would be what I could make if I was completely focused. Well, you haven't really made music, so, or unless you have, I can't. Well, I don't know. I'm guessing based off of nothing. What if I low-key just raging demon buddy in here on some Akuma? Okay. But yeah, this is like this project, if you were here when I made this. I like changed the key to match. Oh, the side chain just played. That was so weird. it clips like hell, and it makes no sense before the beat. It's like, and fucking like oh, fucking whatever. Yo, would you be honored or disgusted if someone used your music in a Sigma GigaChad edit? It would be funny. I don't know if I'd be honored or disgusted. I think I'd be jokingly honored and jokingly disgusted. I might be actually honored and actually disgusted, but most of all, it would just be funny. But no, it's just like a ARP. Just a ARP. You know, with the delay on it. It is a little cool though, because I'm always, every single time I do something where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be mad generic, I always do something a little nerdy. And something that I did was, the thing is, you know, 2 halves long, you know, where in each half it loops twice, but on the second loop of that first half, there's no like pitch bend slidey stuff, but on the first half there is. You know what I mean? Barely audible though. You can like barely tell. You know, but it's cool. It's one of those beats where the bass is the whole sound, but you know, fucking whatever. I just and that's it. And I don't have anything planned to like continue that or add to it. That's it. Like the stream, it's over now. I'm joking, it's not over, but please like the stream. Please. I am begging. Okay. And like, I have, it sure is. I have a bunch of other projects that are like, don't worry, you can end stream now. Awesome. I'll still continue though, you know, for the culture. I have a bunch of other projects. Like, I've just been fucking around making different, like, genres, trying to, you know, work on my chops. And I don't mean, like, chops, like, literal, like, audio chops. I mean, like, chops, like, as a colloquialism for skill. Save changes? No. This is, like, pork chops. Yes, food. This is, so in like techno and stuff, there's like the concept of like ghost kicks, which is like, it's like your kick signal, but it plays a little like high passed, and it kind of like, it would do like a gallopy sort of thing around your 4 on the floor. And I don't quite know how it's done. I don't know if it's like, I know that like, I don't know quite know how it's done. I think it's like just a delay. But it's definitely not the way that I did it. But I just, I got really bored, and I'm like, I want to see what happens if I try to make one of these sort of things. So I have this project here that is just drums. It is just the drums. But it's like, it's interesting. And I have a couple of versions, but I think I like this version the best. Where, hold on, let me just. It's very interesting, and I'll get into why. Drums is breakcore? No. It was meant to be techno, but it turned into more kind of like gabber, but it's more like, I don't even know. But because it's just drums, so like there's nothing surrounding it, no like effects, no nothing. Like I'm dead serious, it is just drums and like a delay for the kick, and only the kick. But like, this is what it sounds like. That's literally it. I've like just shit like that. It is certainly drums, you know, but it's a cool like it's a cool sort of groove, you know, like the offbeat clap. I wanted to try that sort of thing. But this is cool because like I am gonna experiment with this in like an actual track. You're in most correct, but it sounds great. No, it sounds sick. It's filthy. But it's just drums, you know. Like it's not like I'd release it, but it sounds crazy. Um, but it's fun because like I can decrease the outs and then put this to normal pitch, and it's like the original drum sound is like crazy punchy, and so like for the drop, it's like not the drop, but like the when the drums come in. You know what I mean? But the way I made this though was like the sample was pitched like this far down, I'm pretty sure. So it actually sounds more like a, but the bass is too fat, so you can't even hear the ghost kicks, you know? But then there's the pogo knob, which is like, you know, you can get really crazy like pitch bendy sort of, you know. That sounds real cool techno, but if you hook it the other way, it's like more zappy. You know, you can make cool kicks like that. But I've just been like this is the FLP that I open when I get really bored and I just like want to bop my head to something. Baby Shark X straight out of Compton. That sounds like Jesus fuck. I should have tabbed so long ago. That sounds, the way you describe it, like it would work best in Clone Hero. But no, I've been doing like random shit. Like there's this, right? But then I've also been like teaching myself. This one I posted in the Flex Zone. So if you've been snooping around on my Discord, you've already seen it. God, there's fucking nobody here. Block game better than music block? Honestly, yeah. Music block is a terrible thing. I got a total of 4 people watching. What the fuck did I do to my viewership? I guess those breakdown streams were a fucking terrible idea because like I feel like this is not average. It's below average. Save changes? No. I'm still here. I don't believe anyone like left. It's more just like people that would be here aren't. You know, I get life happens, but like damn, you know. But whatever. So if you've seen my Flex Zone post, this is not news to you. But if you haven't, so many people left though. That's what I'm saying. Like, not sure we're lurking. Apparently, doesn't show up as a viewer. Not too sure. I mean, I'm also not sure. Where'd Peggable go? Yeah. Virtual Purgatory is like has like life stuff. I know that. I know people just have like life stuff or are asleep or taking school a bit more seriously or, you know, are out and about because it's like the afternoon in their time zone. But like whatever. Anyway, I have this fucking thing. I wanted to channel. Just finished the homework. It's 12. Hell yeah. We're in finals week for the ongoing college semester. I might be right. I mean, yeah, but no offense. I feel like most of my viewers aren't in college. Mixed emotions. What? Okay. It does loop twice because I was just seeing if I could make a basses that sound like basses. Well, Terminator's in college. Let's go. I say that, but then I also like know of some viewers who are of like my age, if not older, which isn't very old in the grand scheme of life. The beat is sending me mixed signals. Do you fuck with dubstep at all? Because if you don't, then like It's not your speed. And if you do and it is, then I fucking suck. Trust, I'm 8 for real. But yeah. You made me feel old and I'm just in college. Yeah, that tends to happen. Let me bring the average down. But no, this fucking... I do, but not on my playlist. Okay, barely. Yeah, but I just wanted to make something that sounded like 2012. You know, but not like something authentic. Like if I really wanted to be steezy about it, I would, you know, chop it up with some vocal samples. I'd probably resample these basses to audio so that I could be a lot more surgical about where I place them and how I chop them up and, you know, process them in fancier ways. But I've never made basses that sound quite like this before this FLP, like at all. You know what I mean? So this is, for me, was just like a proof of concept. Like, can I even make a very basic, rudimentary sort of flow with a bunch of different basses? And well, the answer is yes. I don't know. I think it sounds sick. You never hear this last part though. But, you know, fucking, I'm just like generic. Yeah, you know, very generic EDM, not EDM, very generic like the dubstep, but bro steppy sort of. Like I'm even like doing like the fucking violins. She should do a Minecraft Let's Play, like a very classic one. I have a headset mic lying around somewhere. I could. This is a fucking free contact library. The free orchestra. It doesn't... Oh, that's my name. It doesn't have long strings, just the short ones. It's very annoying. But, you know, yeah. So I have this, which is going nowhere. You know, like it doesn't, it's nothing. If I get bored, I'm like, oh, the triplet swag, the fucking... Which sounds crazy in its own right. Samantha, but yeah. Tab. Right, cool. There's that. Whatever. And I don't have anything leading up to it. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, if I'm gonna do anything with it. If I'm even gonna utilize that skill. Now it's just some form of hop. Yeah, it's still dubstep. Or it's still bro step, basically. It's kind of what it is. It's still bro step. Swing is groovy. Yeah. And then I have this was gonna be an alt account post. It might still be one of those quote unquote secrets. But like I've basically ruined this song. I can apologize. Oh my god, I have that? I'm gonna go to bed, have fun? God fucking damn it. At least like this stream, please. And it's nice to see you. Please text me. Alright. But, what's it called? What I'm telling you, I ruined this song. Okay, so initially, I was just gonna make like a full song sketch, you know? Try to challenge myself to do that again. Because I'm really bad at doing that. I find myself, you know, getting too in depth in terms of how I want the song to be mixed pretty early on. and like all the fills and stuff. I try to work it out too early on, and then like I don't have the energy to like do the rest, you know. But here's the problem. It looks like a lot of music. It's not. It's a lot of bullshit is what it is. This is on a similar sort of timing to like the way that I would arrange a song from like, let's say like a 2000 late song from like that EP, like really old, like my older stuff. And what I mean by that is in terms of arrangement, it's like, you know, a very short intro and then like, you know, like a hard first drop. And then something that's kind of like the same sort of drop, not really kind of section for a good chunk of it, and it just kind of like progresses, and then it just becomes some other shit entirely for the next drop. Now here's the problem. I want to see the ambition for this project, and I really don't want to work on this on stream, and there's a reason why. Because the ambition for this project is to make this section a Russian hard bass section. You know, maybe not like too Russian, but I don't want to make it too like posery, because I've heard like poser hard bass. You know, I mean, like I was an old like Life of Boris fucking YouTube viewer, and so like at that time I was still making music, right? I had been making it for a couple of years when I was watching his stuff, and so I made some hard bass here and there, but like that's on my old like hard drives, so, and it wasn't good anyway, but whatever. You know, if I ever tried music production, would you give me pointers or something? Well, yeah, I mean, if you ever asked for help, I'd definitely do my best. Pro tip, AI will beat you to it. Yeah. All this to say, I don't really have fills for this section. I don't have a... It's fill-less, it's mixed, kind of, you know, it's like somewhat leveled, but like barely, you know. But here is like a... God fucking damn it. Okay, so here's like a work in progress, sort of, very, very bare bones. Let me get the unmixed PNG. This shit ain't mixed for real. Like that just kind of... And then this part is so not mixed. This shit is crazy bad. I'll make that better. So here's what I want to actually do to this to justify it. Because right now this is all what the fuck am I even trying to do sort of thing. Obviously this fucking thing won't just start like it does. It's quite loud here. you know, and it'll also just chop with whatever I choose to use as fills here, because it's not going to be as kick fill heavy, because it just kind of interrupts the groove too much. You know, I never really figured out how to kick spam effectively. It's a weak point of mine. This part's fine. I need to figure out what I'm gonna do to transition into this part, and then this part, I don't know how much I'm gonna keep it like this, but I want to keep it like this as much as I possibly can while still making it sound like, you know, not terrible. But it's goofy as shit. It's the stupidest thing I've made in recent memory. It's so dumb. But like going into it and knowing it, you know, I think a lot of the time I end up with a corny result, like by accident. But this is like, I'm going in with corny intentions, and so I think there's a bit more magic that way. But I don't know, I could just be smoking weed and making the worst music ever, and I'm just wasting my time on this FLP. But I don't know that yet. I don't think, like, it's not. It's too early in production for me to be able to tell, like, is this a waste of time or is this like something that I can really like work on. And you know, I want to make this sound more like Gabber, and I'm borrowing that like offbeat clap pattern from the other FLP that I showed. Like, that part sounds crazy. Like I can't get rid of that. That shit sounds nuts. Like every part about that, it's techie, and like, who's doing that? Like, this layer especially. Oh, there's a EQ on it. Shut the fuck up. Yeah. Like, ew. But, you know, in order to make this section more justified, I would have to kind of decorate it in like maybe some Russian hard bass vocal samples, and I'd have to listen to more of the music to figure out like what fills the room there. And the problem with like making an actual like donk melody, like a part that actually has a, I don't know, like an actual donk melody, I can't do that with the way that I have this part set up. Like, this is the melody, the dun 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 dun. Like, it's kind of just like, that's what it is, you know. So I could make it less like Russian hard bassy, more just like lean into the techno. But I don't know. That's a problem that I have to figure out at some point when I have a clearer head. Damn, is that the HostGarer 9000? It seems to be. Fuck, I'm like low-key panicking. I don't do this. Panic. Whenever I'm streaming. I guess because I usually just have something to do. And if I don't have something to do, I'm usually talking about something because there's like, I don't know, some sort of conversation about something or other happening in chat, but it's not. So I gotta make the content. Open. I'm not gonna save. I didn't do anything. I don't have anything to work on. I don't have anything to work on. I don't have shit. Oh god. What the fuck? Alright, well, I guess, what is this? I don't know where I found this, but I'll finish it later. What is this about doing a calculator is the Epstein? I'm not gonna use that sample, prod by JX2. I'm saying the government this time, because it's funnier. uh, offhandedly mentioned that I should sample that as a pro tip number 2. Reeler already did that. Or was it Reeler? Or is it like someone else? That kind of sounds like I can't remember. All I know is that it's been done. It's been done already. And if not by who I'm thinking of, then probably by someone else. Anyway. I don't know where I found this, but I'll finish it later. What is this? I'm curious as to what this FLP could possibly be. Do not refer to me as prod by JX2 ever again. I will sue you. Alright, Mars. Oh, no, that's just Interstellar. Never mind. Just fucking... I don't have to hear any of that to know exactly what that... What is this? This is a fucking Looperman beat. No. We're not doing that. Damn. Maybe I can do something with this now that I know how to growl. Hold on, I just have to like 125? Oh fuck. Ripping from Looperman and forgetting about it is so real. Well, I mean, I used to be a Looperman soldier. Like, there was a period of time where my friend and I actually, it was like a couple of years into our careers in making beats, and he makes a Looperman beat. And I'm like, wow, that melody's crazy. How'd you make that? He's like, I didn't. I'm like, damn, where'd you find it? And he puts me on. And then we both become Looperman soldiers. Like, yeah, Looperman lieutenants. You know, but like, I have like good beats that are made with Looperman that, like, you know, I'll cut up the sample, you know. Like, I rarely would like share a beat made with a Looperman sample that wasn't done in a unique way, except for Huffin. That was a joke inside and out. That was a joke because I used the Looperman sample. I didn't chop it. I don't even think I stretched it. And I put the most basic ass beat, like you right click and hit 2 on your keyboard to fill each 2 steps with the hi-hats. And that's why Huffin's such a meme to me. But this is a project that exists. What is Dead Cat? Oh yeah, it's this one. Oh no. Huffin was a gem though? You're so funny. I will say when I was looping the project, it was I couldn't stop looping it. Like the beat I couldn't stop looping. And then I auto-tuned the vocals and I put it on and I can't stop looping that. And then I shared it to my friend. He can't stop looping it. And I'm like, oh god. Oh no, it's a bomb. And then I unleashed the bomb on YouTube. And now you know about it. And now you're here now. So I think I'll work on this graveyard of a project. This project was... I'll see if it tells me when I started it. Project. No, info. Started on the 3rd of February. Because it's day, month, year. The way this is stored. On the 3rd of February. So this is like... coming up on a year old. I just like shouted out. Forgot about it. I opened it up recently to change the drum sounds to be way cooler, and the drums now sound way cooler. But there's no section afterwards. I need to figure it out. But I have the power of growls now, so I could probably just make a second drop and like figure out how to string it together later. But I don't even know if I have the energy to do it. I don't know if I can do it at 125. I don't know if I can growl to the theme of this track. But I'll figure it out. But it sounds cool, though. I will say, what I have does not sound bad. It's also not very organized. Are you telling me I have to make a drop to that? Like an actual, like a... I mean, I probably could, but the real challenge would be, how do I make a drop that sounds cool and growly and classic, and it doesn't sound like bass house? Because this is a little fast. Because I mean, this is kind of meant to be like a glitch hop, or it was meant to be like a glitch hop project. But I didn't even know how to fucking make glitch hop, and I still don't. So it's not. But I don't know. It's kind of like it's such a weird BPM. Cause it's not like the 140s, like the 150s. So I can't do like something bro steppy, but it's faster than like 110. So I can't do anything like too like glitch hop soundy, because it would be too fast for that. I know it would just sound like bass house kind of. I mean, like, what the fuck is BPM? Okay. But it's so weird. Have you ever done a drop into TikTok Brazilian funk? Don't kill me for this. I'm just asking. I tried at one point, and I scrapped the idea because I was not a good enough producer to nail the sound of. It's an ironic sentence. A good enough producer to nail the TikTok sound, because it takes a certain amount of skill to understand the simplicity and how a certain sound is achieved. And at that point, I was still like overthinking all my decisions and like finding my process and, you know, figuring out like what actually was like effective and like worked at like making a track sound good, and like what was just a bunch of spammy bullshit. But like that was gonna be like a second half of the Planet of the Fembread, like the title track, the second half of the second drop. But I ended up cutting it completely after that weird like Jersey section. It was gonna be like I was gonna sample Fana in my system. Fana in my Fana in my system was the vocal chop, but like with some stupid ass like auto tune, like pitched up, like super metallic. It was too laggy to play, and then like when I even got it to play, I hated the way that it was mixed, and like my mastering process was way too complicated for anything like clippy to sound good, because I wasn't trusting like just using a clipper. I was still like trying to multi-band compressor, on like a specific band to like squash it, like on the 300, and like a Maximus and like linear phase all the things, and like, you know, saturate like all the individual bands, and like, you know, make sure I'm pushing into the clipper before and after, and like spectral compressor to like maximize the loudness, and I'm doing all this bullshit, and it translates to a very smeary, noisy sounding track. And then I discovered the clipper. By discover the clipper, I mean discover just using a clipper, on the later tracks, and they sound a little cooler. And then I kind of trust the clipper a bit more for Corsa, but I still use a spectral compressor. And I think I only use the spectral compressor on the master in one song in breadcore, and the rest are just use the clipper, or like maybe like a M utility to cut like DC frequencies, but. For the most part, it's just clipping, and it sounds cooler. But how the fuck? I don't know how I'm not in the headspace for it for this. I don't think. I mean, I kind of have an idea, but like I would need like samples that I don't have. Like some funk shit, but I don't have some funk shit. Okay, well, I don't know what to do for this project. Well, I can always move on to a different one. It's such a shame because this part sounds so sick. God, these drums. I just love these drums so much. I don't know why. Well, I say I don't know why, but I do know why, because they're nasty. Like I'm layering like another kick onto this like pre-shift. And I have the kick pitched up a little bit so that it's like hitting the right just hitting the right part of the frequency spectrum. And the original clap, I don't think it's completely high passed. Yeah, like there's still like the bit of the low there, but I'm just layering in that kick to help with that thump. You know what I mean? That raw thump. But I did try reversing the polarity to get like a cleaner punch. This has like a nice like sort of higher pitch, like a snappier transient. You know, but like it sounds fine, but I wanted it to sound like a kick clap. And like that yields just a deeper response. And so it's like super cool stuff. It's like French house stuff though. If you want to know what to look up for those kinds of drums. Oh god. What the fuck do I do? Literally, what do I do? Like, what do I do? Like, what do I do? I'm stuck. It's not performative. I'm not like pretending I don't have any ideas. It sounds better when explained. I guess because you can appreciate it more, you know, for what the individual elements are like adding to the track. You know. But like tracks can also sound worse when explained, like because it can take away the magic. I guess it depends on how you look at it, how you see the parts coming together, and if the track sounds like more than the sum of them, which generally, if done well, it does. Also, hi Amber, welcome to the stream. I'm doing fucking nothing. Oh fuck off. What do you mean? Do something? Well, okay, you know what? Okay. Actually, fuck it. I'll think of something. Hold on. So I will steal this. I'll just steal this. This shit's so peak. Oh, you weren't here. No, yeah, it's some project I had lying around. But like, I've recently learned how to Okay, there's a bit of lore you missed, because like, I'm gonna take away the cowbells though for this drop. Can I have the FLP? No. God, I love that sound. There's a bit of lore you missed because oh quap. Let me just say this real quick. Because I recently taught myself fucking damn it, I want to say the government so bad, but I can't. Mars over here thinks gets mixed feelings from this track in particular, but I recently taught myself how to make like growl sounds that sound, you know, classic. And I want to use that power for good. You know, I want to see if I can do something with that. But yeah, damn it, dude. Please teach me master fembread. I'm not a master of shit. I just turn knobs and distort shit. I never said it was a bad thing. Oh no, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I just think it's interesting that was the response, you know? God, my voice! Homie. Alright, cool. Coach me non-master. God, well, I want to shoot myself. Your mom is interesting. Oh, your mom is interesting. I get it now. I didn't read it in the right, like, tone. It was meant to be like, your mom is interesting. I was like, oh, okay. I love her mom. Apparently chat knows my mom very well. Wait, so terrifyingly accurate. It wasn't that good of a Marge impression. It really wasn't. She might be Marge. Come on. Come on. That wasn't that good. That was the bullshit. Whatever. Okay, so I have this fucking thing. I need to figure out how to make a drop that matches this vibe in, like, intensity. But with growls. But I can't, like... I have an idea for a flow to steal, but I have to figure out how to do this, like, in a cool way. Hold on. I'm dying. Discord. What is this? The silent treatment? Is my fucking mic muted? What's silent treatment? Hello? Am I being fucked with? LMAO? This is not funny. Unmute your mic. No, seriously. Please, can somebody who's, like, trustworthy help? You are. I am what? I hear you loud and clear. Okay. Unmuted. My bad. It's okay. Liar. We don't. Alright, whatever. Fuck, is it this one? Yes, it is. They're like the same BPM. This is not like, this is just sample spam, but like I want like a similar idea of like an emphasis on certain beats where it's gonna be very like quarter note sort of. My volume is down, my fault. Where's the drop? Play! Like, something like that, but I don't want it to sound like bass house, that's the problem, you know? Like... Mars and I live together? Fuck, that's peak. It's sample spam. Well, literally, because that was the challenge, but... The M1 Garand sample was nuts. Whoever sent that was a genius. Okay. It is way faster, though. Alright, I'll start making some basses. I'll see if I can figure it out. Actually, you know what I need to do? I need to open up this FLP, and I need to steal a processing chain. Martian_Z, probably, or something like that. So I need to hop back in here. And I need to figure out how. Okay. If I remember quick, I need... I I need some advice on a song I made for a 1 year anniversary release. I could give you some advice after the stream. Maybe after the stream. I don't know. Unless Chad is also interested. Unless you want to put yourself on blast. If you want to put yourself on blast, you can do it right here, right now. But like, it's up to you. Anyway, I need to figure out what is this. Okay, there's more EQ and clip. Yes, what? Put me on blast. Okay, then put your song in feedback and then we shall listen together. Hold on. Let me just like Viagra beta. Where is feedback? Is it in the Discord server? Yes, it's in the less important section where the emoji suggestions are. Shit just doesn't load. It's pretty funny. Okay, real quick. Oh boy. Oh, I gotta listen to these. Not in stream though. I won't put them on blast. I guess while we wait, I'll continue making this patcher preset. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm taking this and, well, I could make it into a mixer preset, but I want to make it into a patcher preset so that it just takes up one slot and it's like a rack. And I just made this specifically for these basses. You know, although I did just slap. I don't have perms. Are you not? Are you in the Discord but you're not verified? You just never verify? In the verification channel, which you can find in all of the unverified channels. If you still see the unverified channels, then you're not verified. You shouldn't be able to see them. If you're verified, you won't be able to see them. Sorry, some bots came up in here and you know, wanted to, you know, share the methods, spread the wealth. Don High Twin, well, no, you didn't. There are people in here. Oh, they actually did. There are people in here who just never verify, but they never leave the server either. And I don't know like what they do, and I don't know why I don't have like an auto kick thing set up for that. Because that shit is fucking stupid. I wouldn't want to inflate the message count, or the member count with like a bunch of dead people. Damn, are you still not verified? What the fuck? Like, are you high? Hello? I'm joking. I'm playing. Here, I did. I see. Also, what do you mean you don't have perms? People, I think everyone has attachment perms as long as you're verified. 1 year of anniversary. Okay, all right. Hold on. Let me just like drag all this shit into this patcher preset really quickly, and then we shall check that out. Because I feel like I'm gonna forget to do this. Actually, this is fucking boring. Never mind. Holy lag. Is my stream lagging? Doesn't seem like it. Okay. All right. Let me just. No. I'm fucking with you. Okay. All right. So, look, you decided to put yourself on blast and you wanted help with this song. All right. You just made this in 12 hours. Okay. So just so you know, you did this to yourself. I found the worst girl on YouTube. Who in the fucking random? Just use a clap. I think you're trying too hard by using a fancy snare there. I don't know. It made me sound Russian. That's a you problem. If you're critiquing that, I wasn't gonna say anything. Also, really quickly, I don't know. You can have something like kind of swell into that beat starting. It just kind of stops and then just starts again. You know, you can definitely like make that just a little fancier. You don't hit my mind no more. Guess we said enough before. Echo to my empty calls. My mind is full of all sorts of chord. All these nights look the same. Bust myself in your name. Know me you should find. The lead and the beat makes the vocals like make the vocals hard to hear. So it's like the synth leads and singing vocals, especially like in that register, tends to like, you know, hit similar frequencies. And so like they will be fighting for space. And so if you want them to fight for space less, you would have to like EQ the hi Zyth, how does it appear again? Oh, okay, Zyth. Damn. You have to like, you know, like EQ like the lead sounds a certain way to like make them not in the way as much. I don't know. I also think like just having it like dry, like it's definitely like the lead. I want to say the lead, but it's basically just the saw chords. Having them dry is certainly a creative choice, but like it does limit what you're able to do with them in the mix. You know. I want to talk about something I finished swallowing and quit. Oh fuck! I don't want this to turn into like the feedback stream though. But whatever. I think the levels are all over the place with the vocals. It's kind of just like, I don't know, sometimes louder. I also feel like it's in my left ear more. I could be tripping though. It's not, you don't even have to. I was just asking. No, I'm down. It's for emphasis. I feel like that would make more sense for like a guitar. Or the levels being all over the place. Well, I mean, it's like more distracting than anything. I also feel like that doesn't really sound like it drops. It just kind of starts. You know what I mean? Like, definitely, if you want to like give that just a bit more impact, you could do some more like filter sweeping, some decoration as it approaches that part to make it feel like it's approaching something. You know what I mean? So there's more movement, more motion, sort of thing. That's if you're down for it, you know. Like there are ways to do this without making it sound like super produced, by the way. Like cuz the solutions to these problems, the easier solutions tend to sound cleaner, more produced, but the cooler solutions, you know, take a bit more creative thinking. Does it sound good? Yeah, it doesn't sound bad. Yeah, it's kind of more the same, I'd imagine. You could there's something. What would I do about the microphone having a very high noise floor? That's what it sounds like. I don't know. It sounds like the mic has a really high noise floor, and so the compression, like you can hear the noise come in at the end of like audio clips, and so like you could you put a big fucking noise gate on it. I guess not big enough. I don't know. Because like you still hear a lot of it. I don't know, but like using anything to like cancel out the noise, just ruins your silences completely. So I don't know. You kind of just have to like live with it, like volume shape it more, and be more surgical about it if you like care about it. But if you want to leave it in as like an artifact to make it sound more SoundCloud, like you certainly can get away with that. It's fine. Are you furiously grunting? I'm clearing my throat. Are you Goku? Yeah, exactly. I just thought of like a Breaking Bad English dub, anime dub. Okay, I'm back. No, yeah, it sounds fine. Maybe a little harsh. But like, I don't know. It's certainly repetitive though, because of the lack of movement. It's kind of like in the same place ish for the most part. For the most of the runtime of the track. And so it can sound repetitive and like, you know, it increases the feeling of ear fatigue. Feels like we're in the same location. I know exactly what she was talking about too. Get my phenylacetic acid. Her asshole. Her. Sorry for the mix. Fucking mean sorry for the mix. Should have mixed it before sending it. The hell. I'm a soundtrap warrior. I can take it. All right. Well, that's your fucking first problem. What if you ate fentanyl? I'd die. I don't think there's anything complicated about that. I would simply die. Yeah. Soundtrap is problem number 1. Get a real fucking duh. I'm kinda not playing. I'm kinda not joking. But like the artist, yeah, I would die. Don't you know she's made of real fent? I don't post. All my beats are throwaways. Then why the okay, mommy fent. What? Is it a sound font? Or like a sample stolen from somewhere?
That's a 10-4. Cargo secured on board and what?
That bass note's inaccurate. I made all of it fire. That bass note that it's on right now is inaccurate. That's the best word I can describe it. Describe it as. Not the vocals though, obviously. But I didn't even know you could like get a master to sound like that. Like, but I guess there is clippers. There are clippers in Soundtrap, I'd imagine. What's that mud from? There's something happening. I don't know if it's like the synth or if it's the riser, but there's some low end clashing there with your bass. There's a bit of mud happening, like around here. There, particularly. No idea what it is. Yeah. The clap is fucking like drowning. It could definitely use some more help. It could definitely be clappier. And everything could be overall like choppier. I feel like it's a little too roomy. You could definitely get away with like a cutting the volume more sometimes. But like sparingly though. I think if I say that and you apply that, you would get carried away and then you start making like um just bad chops. Just bad chops. But like if I listen to this like I still think that like this chord that we're on right now is inaccurate. It's kind of a nothing chord. You know, it doesn't really serve any purpose in the chord progression in terms of like moving it somewhere. It's just kind of there to be between the last chord and the next chord. You know what I mean? I call it a nothing burger chord because of that. It doesn't really sound like it's going anywhere or like it came from anywhere. It's just kind of there. But like that sequence of chords is a cool sequence of chords. It's kind of like it reminds me of like like a haywire chord progression where it's a minor chord progression but the one chord which would be minor is actually major. He does that sort of stuff all the time, but he's like a theory nerd, so he kind of like gets away with it and like justifies that decision with theory. I would play an example, but I would get claimed instantly. But it's in the same key as this song as well. I'm pretty sure, unless this says like 50 cents up, in which case I could be misremembering. No, it's like slightly flatter than this. Ah! Why'd you send this to me? I mean, I guess going back is fine, but this could definitely be like a cooler, like a halftime sort of, you know, crazy kick spam, like a halftime groove with the same chord progression. I also don't know about putting the crash in the middle of the drop like that. Like there, it's kind of like you really don't need to. It takes away from the impact of that crash when it actually happens. If you just kind of like put it anywhere. Like that's a cool like sort of like like that's just a cool. I don't even know. I couldn't play that with one hand on a computer keyboard. But where it's a like a minor chord progression, but the one chord's major. And I guess it's not really the one chord because there's no such thing as a minor chord progression. It's just like the whatever. But like, no, it sounds cool. But I can tell that you're not like the biggest and theory nerd or whatever. So you kind of didn't really know what you were doing. You just kind of put down notes that you thought sounded cool, which is fine. But like, you know, when you kind of by learning attention, it really is just listening to a bunch of chord progressions and kind of learning patterns. And just, you know, you hear enough chord progressions, you understand kind of where chords want to go. It does tend to like lock you into doing certain chord progressions. And then you'd have to listen to chord progressions done by people who aren't that good at them, but still sound good, like Dead Mouse. Or something like that. But, you know, whatever. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I thought for what it wasn't terrible, but definitely, you know, use tightening up could be swaggier. But swag is like an intangible. That's like you have to like listen intently for the little details that people add to their tracks that give it character and like figure out how you can do that in your track that sounds cool to you. But I hope that helped. Now I don't have any ideas. I have to fucking do this still. This fucking chore of dragging all of these sounds into a patcher in series. Basically mimicking the mixer. I wonder how much latency this has and due to what. 4 milliseconds. I think it's all the Maximus's fault. Mid side comp game and sauce EQ and clip. And so now I have something to put on my bases. Cool. Damn, this stream is like, sometimes it becomes golf. Alright, sorry to those who fell asleep. Tends to happen though. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck to do. I was just kind of bullshitting earlier when I was like making like clips and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make some bases. I don't know what the fuck to do. I think I'm gonna call it there then. But I hope it was fun for those who were here. I kind of don't know why there weren't that many people, but I think it's fine. I think I probably would have gotten tired of breaking down stuff, but in all honesty, I did like having something to do to pad out the time so that I can at least say that I did something interesting on stream. You know. But yeah. I hope it was fun, and I shall see you all on Thursday. Hopefully with something on the table, but maybe we're just gonna talk again. Alright, good night everyone.